you had me from the start. By the way you stare, the way you roll up on me, yeah. Man, I felt your energy. Wasn't used to being loved and treated differently, yeah. But something went wrong, the signals got crossed, and now we're on completely different pages. Let's go where we were, where no one gets hurt. Baby, keep it right there, don't you stress the flow. You're trying to pick the pace up, we should take it slow. Baby, keep your focus, don't you make me change my mind. If you love me, baby, don't you switch up the vibe. Baby, don't you, baby, don't you, baby, don't you switch up the vibe. Baby, don't you, baby, don't you, baby, don't you switch up the vibe. Boy, you take me on a trip. Always up and down and back and forth in merry-go-round. I just wanna get it right. But when you go left, I'm stuck here feeling left behind.
Through thick and thin, for better or for worse. After 20 plus years of marriage and 3 children, my parents are sharing their love, care, and wisdom throughout the world. Spreading this love won't be hard for them because it's simply in their DNA. I present Donnell and Angelique Jackson.
Hey.
Happy summer.
Yes, happy summer.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you, Queen?
I'm great, thank you. Hey, y'all. Hey, thanks for joining me. Had a couple of
comments,
tech issues, but we are here.
Yes, we had some trouble getting in tonight, you guys. So sorry we're a little late. But hello in the comments. Juju, Brittany.
Juju, the nail lady, Brittany.
Hey. Yes.
We got some viewers over on Facebook too, right?
Yes. Hello, Facebook.
Hey, Facebook.
Diva Dip.
Hey, Diva.
What's up, Diva Dip? Hey, yes, Brittany, it's Divine DNA Day. And today, without further ado, we hear from the Kings, ladies.
Y'all, the Kings Court. We've been waiting on this thing, y'all.
We cannot wait to hear their perspective, what they think, how they feel. We can't wait. I hope you got your questions ready, ladies. Ready. Yes, rub those hands.
Burning questions, y'all.
Ready. Yes.
I'm excited.
Yes. I'm so excited. So excited.
Right, Brittany? About damn time.
Yes, like Lizzo. It's about damn time.
But they are here. And they're ready for us. I'm like, are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
They are.
All right. So, without further ado, shall we?
Let's do it. Come on, Kings, come through.
Yo, what's good? What's good?
What an
What's going
entrance.
on?
What
Hey,
an
what's going
entrance.
on?
I tell
Hey,
you, you could not ask for a better intro than from those two ladies right there. I am truly honored to be one of to be a small part of the King's Court here. This is great.
Yes, exactly. Hey, so so that you guys know, because I know I had 4 faces up there. I still have technical difficulties with one of them trying to connect, and the other king had an emergency to deal with. So please forgive me for that. But the next time we do have a King's Court, he will be here. His name is Cliff. He will be here, but he did have an emergency to tend to. So you can't fight emergencies. And the other one is trying to connect. So just bear with us. Things happen. You know what I'm saying? Things happen. And I'm just glad to be here on the stage, with the guys and everything like that, because it's been a long time coming. Trust me. Listen, Scott, listen, I'm going to tell you something. Behind the scenes, when it comes to getting the guys together, trust me, I get a lot of heat. I'm telling you.
Why is that?
Where the guys? How come the guys?
Yeah.
I'm saying, just stand down, ladies, stand down. I got you. We're coming.
I know. There's a lot of audience for just you and I to handle here. But
I know, right? See,
I'm
already getting. Who made the intro? The Queens need a revamp. See, the Queen has already started.
Yeah, you that was perfect. I'm very impressed.
A little bit. Okay, I will revamp the Queen's intro, but I thought the Queen's intro was really good. I really did.
Yeah. I will. I admit their intro was great, but ours, I kind of took it up just a little, just took it up a few notches there. So you outdid yourself on this one.
I appreciate it. So listen, let the people know who you are. Give them a little bit about yourself while we try to wait on our other king to come through. And man, you can go ahead and get started until the other king comes through. So just let them know who you are, man, and we'll go from there.
All right. Well, as Donnell introduced, and my name is Scott. My TikTok name that a lot of people that are viewing know me from is Sinister Kid. Born and raised in New England my whole life. If you can't tell by my accent, you'll know by the time the show is over. I do have a very strong Boston accent, even though I haven't lived in that state for a few years now. I live just north of the Massachusetts border. So been married for, let's see, 22 years now. It's kind of weird, the timing of this show, because you caught me at kind of a rough patch of my life where I'm currently separated and going on to some new things in life now. So that's quite an interesting change, and maybe something that will come up during the show. I'm sure you have questions for that.
I'm pretty sure the ladies got questions. Tell me.
Yeah, I'm recently retired. At my young age, I was lucky enough. I owned an auto repair business, a family auto repair business with my dad, and my dad was at that age, and he said, he was ready, and he said, we're ready to pass on that torch, or he said we can just unload and collect our winnings and sit back and enjoy life a little bit. So I took advantage of it, and that's what I'm doing now. I was part-time working, which became full-time work, and it just wasn't working out. So now I'm back to the retired life again. As you can see from this beautiful view behind me, I'm living that beach life. So
I see that.
Living that beach life. So. And excuse me for the shades. I know that's actually the picture that you have up, and we have the shades. And I swear there are times you'll see me without them, but I do have blue eyes, and they're very sensitive to the sunlight. And on the East Coast, the sun's on its way down. So hopefully I'll be able to shed them soon as the show goes on.
Oh, you showing out. I notice how you say, I got blue eyes. I mean, you put yourself out there, but I ain't gonna put you out there too much. I got blue eyes.
Well, I appreciate that.
No problem. Well, everybody, I'm pretty sure, I think people will remember who I am. My name is Donnell Jackson, and of course, I'm married to my beautiful queen, Miss Angelique, who was so gracious enough to introduce us, and I appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so much for doing so. Hey Diva, how are you? I appreciate you for doing so. As anybody know, everybody knows I do work. I do work for Metro by T-Mobile. I'm a mobile tech, mobile expert, so to say. I've been married for 22 years. Been together with my queen for 24 years. I have three wonderful kids when they want to be. And yeah, I'm just enjoying life. As you can see, the beautiful piano in the back. The wife tries to play it every now and then, but you know, she gets a little carried away with the piano. But I tell her to tone it down, but you know, it's all good.
The house looks great, by the way. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm very jealous.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You know, it was like almost like a click of a button and it was there. Yeah.
It is stunning. It is truly stunning. So you are living the good life.
Thank you. So listen, you know, the topic of today is commitment and vulnerability, and I think we want to start off with vulnerability. Now, the ladies came across when they came on stage. Their thing was, their show was amazing. The show was amazing. And
I'm not to interrupt you, but I'm pretty sure that show started off with a lot of talk about sexual things.
They showed.
It was quite not what I was expecting to see, but
they showed out. They did. They hit some points. So I figured I'll start. I'll try to keep it. I'll try to keep it clean. But they touched on some pretty good issues, and things like that. And one of the things that they did talk about was as far as men being vulnerable, and men being vulnerable. I personally don't have a problem with being vulnerable, you know, especially when it comes to my wife. I don't have a problem with when it comes to shedding a tear or anything like that, you know, because I feel as if when it comes to being vulnerable around my wife, it's a safe place. You know, I'm in position to where I can come to her, and if I shed a tear, I'm not losing any cool points for being a man who sheds a tear. Now, I can honestly say that I'm pretty sure she doesn't want me shedding tears every day, all day. You know what I'm saying? But the simple fact of showing her a side of me to where I'm able to, you know, disclose my feelings, you know, is something that I know that she appreciates. And I know when the queens did speak of it, they appreciated a man who does expresses himself, you know, when it comes to their feelings. A lot of guys out there are groomed to be a tough guy, to be a Superman. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. No. That was me. I'm agreeing with you 100%. That's how a lot of us are groomed like that. We keep our feelings inside, and we're gonna cry. We cry on the inside, and we do it when there ain't nobody around.
Yeah, and I think holding in your feelings. I think, and this is just my opinion. I think that a lot of men, when they hold in their feelings, it becomes something dangerous. Because if you hold in your feelings in that moment when you release how you're feeling, you've bottled in so much. You've bottled in so much to where whatever the circumstance is to where you blow up, it could be something small made to something big, and it can either hurt yourself or the person that's around you. Right. And I think that
you're right. We become explosive when we do let go finally.
Exactly, and that's what anger streams from. But then the anger is like, I would relate the anger to being like, you know, the Incredible Hulk is so much rage. You know what I'm saying? And then you have to have a point in time or a place to where you can actually release how you feel, or you should be able to have a person to where you're able to discuss how you feel about that particular situation. What do you think?
Well, I mean that's where it really comes down to it. It comes down to, I think, the comfort level in your relationship. That person that you're with, do you feel like you can open up and they can see that side of you? Because as soon as they see a side of you, it's weakness.
Right.
It's a sign of weakness. I mean, and I'm not saying that it is, but I think that's how it's viewed, and that's how most men were groomed to view that as a sign of weakness. So you have to have complete trust. That person that you're allowing to see that side of you is not going to take that as a sign of weakness from you, and is not going to, that's the vulnerability. You're open at that point. You're down. You're not the tough guy. You're not the guy that's going to take care of everything. You're the guy that's broken at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to count on, on your queen to support you through that tough time, and that's not always easy.
Yeah, it's not, because you still have it, and it's still something that's hard to release and let go. Like, I have to, you have to be strong. I'm Superman. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm whatever, however you feel. You know what I'm saying? That's how you feel. And you feel as if you're anything less, you're going to be looked at as something less. And then you do have guys out there who do. How am I trying to say? You do have guys out there that look down at guys such as myself and such as yourself, who doesn't have a problem with being vulnerable around their woman, and they'll express themselves as being, they'll say, "Oh man, you're weak." They're going to look at you as weak. And then you do have, now believe it or not, there are women, and it's sad to say, there are women out there who would take advantage of a man who is vulnerable.
I've had not only the women that will take advantage of it, some of our own friends, our men friends. I've had friends that have cried in front of me about whatever deep personal issue that's going on in their life, and I would never. I'm not the type of person, like, whatever. I'm there for my friends regardless. Me, on the other hand, I just, I bottle it up, and I kind of just, I set it aside or whatever. I do it in a dark corner when nobody's around. But I would never take advantage of it. But there are friends out there, and there are men out there that will see that as a sign of weakness. And that's, it's horrific to even think that somebody would do that. What kind of a friendship is that? But there are people out there, men and women, that will look at you like that, because we're not expected to be like that. We weren't raised like that.
Right.
I can probably count on one hand the number of times I've seen my dad cry, and probably the number of times that I've cried. Few and far between.
Brittany says, I think it's great when men open up and express themselves. I think it's the exact opposite. It takes great strength to show that.
It does. She's 100% right. But, us to view it like that, we don't see it as such.
Well, let me find out from one of our other kings who's arrived how he feels about vulnerability. Welcome in, Mr. Chris. Welcome in.
Man, what is going on? How you feeling?
Good evening.
Good evening.
What's going on, Scott? How you feeling?
How you doing, my friend? I'm feeling great.
Good,
it's a tough load to carry when it's me and Donnell. So now you can take over some of the load off of us. So
okay, I'll try my best. I was trying to get here in park. I'm like, man, I'm trying to adjust the traffic.
It's understandable. It's understandable. We had some tech issues in the beginning, but it's all good. You are here, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the kings. King of the King's Court, Mr. Chris. Mr. Chris, can you give them a brief summary of tell them who you are a little bit, so they'll know which king they're talking to?
I'm Chris. I'm
I like that. Well, I'm Chris.
I'm single. I'm over the road. Not over the road. Sorry. I used to be over the road. I'm a Southeast regional truck driver. I'm retired military.
Thank you for your
21
service,
years.
sir.
You're very welcome. I appreciate the support. I don't know what else.
That's cool, man. You just told them who you are. That's it. Listen, whatever it is, it's simple. You let them know. I'm Chris, and that's it.
Okay. So I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas, and I'm in transition to go to Atlanta. Move to Atlanta.
Okay, cool.
This looks different this time, Mr. Jackson.
Neighbors. So we were just talking about vulnerability, and I was just letting him know. Tell me this: how do you feel about being in a situation to where you shed a tear, you cried? Do you have a problem with shedding tears? Do you feel as if a man is considered weak for shedding tears? How do you feel about it?
No, I'm not weak. I don't shed tears. I mean, I think I don't think it's a problem. See, at some point, everybody you have to be able to show your emotions. All right, you can't just keep everything bottled up. It doesn't. I mean, to me, it's not showing a sign of weakness or anything. I'm getting some little dots down there.
Yeah, it's probably some just comments. Yeah.
Oh, I can't even see the comments this time. I probably didn't do something right.
Brittany was thanking you for your service.
Oh, well, you're very welcome. But yeah, so I don't think that it's anything wrong with a man crying every once in a while. If something is bothering now all the time, yeah, you probably got some issues. You need to underlying issues, but every now and then you're gonna go through something that's gonna really affect you, hit you hard.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, let me ask you guys another question. Since we're on the subject of vulnerability, have you guys ever felt like you've disappointed yourself, and if so, why?
Yes, I'm gonna let Chris take this first because he just showed up. But yeah, go ahead, Chris. I'm gonna let you go first, King.
All right. Well, Mr. Jackson, our other family, the other side, they everybody that I've met over there, they know that I'm always hard on myself. And they tell me, no, you've done a lot. No, I haven't done a lot. It might seem like I have done a lot, but there's been multiple times where I feel like I start things and I don't finish them. And then, there's always somebody there to remind me, you started you got a degree. You started that, you finished it. Yeah, but look how long it took me. You retired from the military. You started that and you finished it. Well, no, technically I didn't. I went, I did active duty 15 years and then I did reserves. Still 20 years, but to me, it's a little different. So it's like, yeah, I've had those times. And now have I thought about myself in a negative way? Not really, but yeah, it's a slippery slope right there.
What about you, Scott?
Yeah, I mean, especially since we're talking about relationships, I mean, I think I'm disappointed that I wasn't able to stay or save a marriage. That's a disappointment for me because I put in a lot of work. I slipped up a couple times, but it was a marriage that probably should have ended a long time ago. And I feel like if maybe I had been stronger, I could have done some things to make the relationship better. I'm not putting all the blame on myself, but I'm disappointed that I wasn't able to make it work. That I come from a family. I'm an only. My mom and dad are still together at this time in life. They truly view each other very similar to you and Angelique. They are each other's king and queen, and that's something that I always wanted for a relationship in life. And sadly, I wasn't able to be successful at that. So I'm disappointed in that. And that's probably my biggest disappointment more than anything in this world.
I got you. I would have to say for myself is that I would say a while ago, so it's been a long time. It's been a long time where I allowed certain people to get in between myself and my wife, which caused friction many, many years ago, and I just, didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, now I definitely don't like it. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So it was just really disappointed that I allowed that particular energy to interfere with the connection that myself and my wife have. You know, I can honestly
Uh-oh.
say, that has that time made us stronger? Yes, it's made us twice as strong now because of that situation happening. Um, do I believe that our strength, you know, that we could have gotten stronger on our own? I believe so, you know, but it's just I allowed it to happen, and it was just a disappointing part, you know. At that time, it was very disappointing. You know, I think about it, and it's like I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't allow that person to say, you know, this is what it is, or this is what it's. You know, I should have. It should have been a point to where we could have talked, but it was. You know, I'm just speaking for myself. I can't speak, you know, for my wife. But as far as me being disappointed, that's what I would say is a disappointing part for me.
Right? I mean, relationships are tough. Relationships are really tough.
Yeah, they are.
It's like running a business.
Yeah,
Exactly. It definitely
yeah,
is.
it is.
Queen B had a question. She said, "Do you trust your friends to keep your secrets and not talk down on you for being vulnerable?" I have a few friends. I mean, as far as male friends, that I can count on my hand. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I was to say something to them, they wouldn't look down at me, you know, for telling, you know, for being vulnerable. You know, I really I don't think so, because you can't call everybody, you know, you can't call everybody your friend. You know, you have associates and things like that, but you can't call
Bingo.
everybody your friend. You know, so I really think that I could, you know, the friends that I do have, I can't trust them with the information, because I don't have, like, I talk to a lot of people, but I only have a few that I would consider true to heart being friends. What about you guys?
I agree 200% with that. I mean, the list is, it's a lot of acquaintances, and that friends list of people that I would actually be vulnerable in front of, because I know I wouldn't be judged for that. It's a small list, but I'm lucky enough. I'm blessed that I have a handful of those people that I truly do call friends, that I know that they would be there and they'd see me through my bad times and they wouldn't judge me for it. So, yeah.
Cool. What about you,
I
Rich?
definitely got some, because I mean, being in the military, you meet a lot of people, you do a lot of things. My grandmother passed away. Matter of fact, I broke down. I was at training. I broke completely down. It was four really close people to me that they stayed up with me, cried with me, hugged me, told me everything's gonna be all right, built me back up, all in one night. And we were literally all night. I saw the sun come up. And they stayed with me. Uh, so you know, I can't say that everybody would do that. So yeah, I do believe it's a select few that, yeah, I can, but not everybody.
Hmm. Brittany has a question for us. She says, have you always been vulnerable? If not, at what point did you find that you needed to be vulnerable, and that you realized that it doesn't make you weak? Wow, that's a good question.
Mm.
It is.
That's a very good question. I as Did somebody want to answer? I don't want to always answer first.
No, go right ahead.
I would say, just coming up, I've always been. I want to say I've been on the sensitive side as far as when it comes to feelings. I've always wanted to make friends and be friends, you know, with people. Um, you know, there were times where, you know, just coming up, just coming up, you know, you had your friends telling you, "Oh man, you crying, man, you a punk." You know, you cry, man, or they'll just call you out your name. They call you a punk, they call you a faggot, all that kind of stuff coming up. you know, when you cry. So at that point in time, you try not to cry. You try not to be that that person, you know, coming up. But I want to say when I didn't really care how anybody felt, it probably was after I got out of school was when, you know, just say, you know what, I can't live my life wondering how somebody's going to think about me or what they're gonna think about me. You know what I mean? I can't, you know, worry if they're gonna consider me as being a weakling because I shed a tear. You know, if I cry because something bothers me or something is very hurtful, you know, to where I get, you know, emotional, you know, hey, I shed a tear, you know. So yeah, I would say after high school, maybe roughly after high school. What about you guys?
All right, Chris.
All right, I got you, Queen B. I'm like, wait, I was looking for it. Let's see if I can say this the right way. Okay, so I also grew up only child to only parent. So I think I've been vulnerable my entire life because I was also very sensitive. Um, but the time that I found out I wasn't weak. Oh man, how you say this the right way? It's got to be politically correct up in here. So the
Yeah.
moment that the moment that
I mean, do the best that you can. I mean, because even with just what was said to me at a younger age, that's not how I think or I call people, because to me, using those words, you know what I'm saying, could be very hurtful to people now. You know what I'm saying? It's not a reflection of like how.
he froze up. Did he freeze up on you too, Scott? You're
Can you
not
hear me?
frozen to me, Scott. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, it looks like Donnell's frozen though.
Yeah, he's froze up there. Let's wait for him to come back.
Did you
And
finish?
I mean, I would definitely would have got that screenshot, but it just moves.
Wow, y'all go get screenshots because I froze. That's what we doing.
Man, it's the frozen faces, man. I gotta get it. So
Queen B might already have a picture. I'm just saying. But go ahead.
Probably do. So the moment that I felt I knew I wasn't weak was the moment that I fought back. And once I put someone on their back, it was a wrap. Like I know that, yeah, I can be vulnerable, but if you cross me the wrong way, yeah, don't worry about it. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna handle this like real men, if that's what you want to call it. And yeah, that was my moment. Now when it
Y'all both froze on me.
all right, I'm
No,
back.
I'm good. I'm still here.
There we
Yeah,
go. It's back
everybody
now.
froze up there for a second.
Yeah, everybody went away on mine. It was like, oh, what? So the moment that I realized I wasn't weak was that moment. Now I have grown and learned a lot more over the years through my military experience and all that. And I've matured more. I think I've matured faster. Like my whole club life, it literally lasted 2 years, and then it was all right. I'm on my grown man status. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing all these clubs. I'm not doing a lot of whole women and all that stuff. I wasn't into it. So yeah, that's just about sums it up, I think.
Okay. Let me see. Any more questions out there? No more questions. I think I have another question.
I'm relocating to a different area.
No problem. Question for you. I mean, question for you guys. What was the last time when you felt like everything was out of control?
August 29th
That's a tough one.
of last year.
Wow. That recent, huh?
Oh, wait, well, with what?
Wow.
Are you talking?
I mean,
Are you?
just out of control. Where it was just like, where it was just like, damn, this is just, I don't know, just something that's out of, you felt like you've lost control, you know what I'm saying, of whatever situation. You may have gained it back, but, you lost control of that situation. Was there ever a time when you felt like everything was just out of control, whether it be just your love life, your work life, just everything out of whack?
Yeah. So I would say last year, last August, when I got into my truck accident. I felt like everything started tumbling down on me. Like that one accident put me $185,000 in debt. So
Wow.
yeah, against my will, it made me shut down my business, and I had to start literally over from scratch without starting over from scratch, and had to keep on moving. Like in an instance, like I didn't have time to do anything. Like it was just everything was going away. That also took me out of the relationship that I was in. Um, it it was a whole lot of factors, and you know I bounced back. It just took me some time. I didn't. I that time I was not vulnerable enough to just fall to the wayside and say, all right, I can't do this anymore. But I did have feelings where I was like, man, this is way too much, and I don't know if I can handle it.
Wow.
Um, and
Wow.
it's
What
been
about
almost a year, and it still affects me during like with my as far as getting a job now and all that stuff. Like I can't even get a job until after August 29th with a bigger company other than the company I'm with now.
wow.
Even if the accident was not my fault and the
It
judge
just didn't
says
matter
one
at the
thing.
time, right?
Yeah, truck drivers, DOT, it once it hits, it's just gonna be there for about 3 years, 3 to 5 years, 7 years if it's fatality involved. So
Wow.
it's just
Wow.
truckers have it hard out here, man.
What about you,
Yeah.
Scott? When was the last time you felt like everything was out of control?
Probably close to 6 months ago, about 5, 6 months ago, the day I left my house.
Wow.
When the wife and I she was done, I was done, and I walked out of my house. I left, and that was, and it was like the marriage thing. I could deal with that, but I have a younger daughter who just turned 13 recently, and the thought of just being without her, not around her, just everything was, yeah, it spiraled. It was out of control really fast. Um, and it took, I mean, I went through a tough time trying to get things stable again. Um,
Mhm.
and which luckily I'm on that path now, and I'm thankful for that. I'm blessed for that. Um, but yeah, that was the last time I think that I was just, it was out of control.
Mhm. Wow. Uh, Out of control for myself. Um, I want to say the most recent time where it just felt like everything was just like, oh my goodness, um, was I would say getting ready to make this move when we found out that we had to move
New
and we had
text
to do certain
message
things.
from
It felt like it felt like it was
934,489.
whoa, because everything was all at once. You have to find a place. You have to find a place. You have to transfer work. So much different things you had to do, and it was just like so many pieces to a puzzle. You know what I'm saying? So many different pieces to a puzzle, and but yeah, I would say it wasn't for a long period of time, but there was just a period of time where it was just you know it got kind of stressful, and you just felt like, you know, things wasn't happening. But you know, it definitely panned out, was settled in and stuff like that. But that was, I would say, that would have been the time where it just felt like, what's next? You know what I mean? Did we lose Scott?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think we did.
it's all good. Yeah, he'll be back.
Man.
Brittany is saying in the comments that she'll really appreciate the transparency that we're given.
Well, not a problem.
Yeah. Manny, you're good. Thank you for coming. Oh, Queen B asks, can you do an owner operator increase your pay?
I was an owner operator. And yeah, I was on operator at the time, and that took me out of business. And because paperwork wasn't done correctly, I did it correctly on my part, but the company that I was driving for didn't do the paperwork correctly on their part. They didn't turn it in to the insurance company. So, you know, the insurance company was didn't pay for the accident, the trailer. So I ended up having to bite the bullet on that. I made a lot of money being an owner operator, and I miss it, but I don't think I want to do it again.
If the insurance had did everything it was supposed to be, you think everything would have been would you feel as if you still would be an owner operator even after, if everything would have went the way it should have gone? Do you believe that
I still would have been an owner operator, but Mr. Jackson, my mind has to go with like what I've learned and how I've grown. I believe everything happens for a reason.
Right.
So I believe because I could have, if I didn't have the experience I had, I could have flipped that truck over. I could have ran into a tree. It was even the fire department and the police, when they got there, they were like, well, how did you do this? And I explained to them. They were like, you are so lucky. I'm like, no, I'm not lucky. I'm blessed. Well, I tell you, every time everybody was, what's going on? How you feeling? I'm blessed beyond measures, and I cannot complain because what could have happened. I don't dwell on what could have happened in the past because I feel like it was meant for me to be where I am today. It taught me a lesson. I've done it. I got the experience doing it.
You've learned
now.
from
Let's go. I want you to do this now. You know what I'm saying? Like, not gonna speak religion, but I'm just gonna I'm gonna say it's supposed to happen. It was in my destiny.
Man, you say everything has a purpose.
Everything has a purpose. Everything is done happens for a reason for me. So,
wow.
Well, I definitely would have still been an owner operator.
Okay. Mandy says she appreciate you, Kings, and may the high power always divinely bless you all. And may all of you, your manifestations form right before your eyes. It takes a lot for someone to be vulnerable.
I appreciate that.
Appreciate that. So this is what I'm gonna do to give our buddy a little time to get himself together. Maybe I'm gonna take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll get into some more topics of vulnerability and commitment. Be right back.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
We got our buddy back. Mr. Scott made it back.
Oh,
How do you make
there we
it,
go. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we got you. You
My
good,
apologies,
you good.
gentlemen.
No problem. Hey, technical difficulties. It's all good.
Sorry
It's
about
been
that.
happening today, but you know,
Technical difficulties everywhere tonight.
the forces that be are trying to keep the Kings from being
What
together, but
questions
you know,
I
we got this. We got this.
What question did I miss?
God, you didn't miss anything. We were just Chris was just elaborating on his situation with the accident and stuff like that. So he's just elaborating on that. And of course,
Right.
you know, yes, and she said we're coming with the knowledge and the transparency this evening. Yes. Thank you, Queen B. Appreciate that. Brittany says she's loving it.
I'm so glad you guys are liking the show. It's definitely it's a little nerve-wracking to be on here, you know, for a first time. So
Well, you know, we do it every week, and just to let you know that we come on, we're in the very beginning, we're like nervous. It's like it's like a heart races, but I think it's mainly because of the excitement. You know what I'm saying? The excitement of being on and being able to just, you know, share experiences. And this is what this is. You know, you're sharing. You know, you're definitely sharing experience. You know, and that's why I was so so glad to have you guys come through, and I appreciate you guys for doing so.
Oh, no problem. You know,
doesn't this go right along with being vulnerable right here?
Yeah.
This goes along with being vulnerable.
Yes.
We're opening up to the world right here. So.
You know,
So
Scott, after the first time, I was like, oh, man, I can do it. That first time, Queen B was giving me the business. With, oh, man, the question, I was like, wait.
Yes, she was.
She was giving it
Oh,
to me.
man. So, huh?
Go ahead.
No, go
Go
ahead.
ahead,
Go
Donald.
ahead.
No, I was going to say, Chris, you've already had your divine DNA cherry popped, and I'm just getting mine popped tonight. So.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Twice, actually.
Twice.
Yeah.
You're an old pro now.
Oh yeah. Well, it's better now because I don't have any women in the box to be like, "Hey, Chris, what you doing?"
They're just in the
comments.
Oh, well, see, I kind of knew that this was coming, so just be mindful that before I put this comment up, the way I'm going to do the King's the King's Court is that we're going to catch up to the Queens, and what I mean by that is the Queens have already had, I think, maybe like 4 or 5 shows, and they've had different topics. So basically, this topic was the first topic that the Queens did, and then we're going to talk about another next time we come together. We're going to talk about another topic from our perspective that the Queens have talked about. So once we do that, we'll probably do a flip-flop. But I had a feeling that this was going to come up. Queen B says, "Oh, sir, the Queens and Kings will have a head-to-head soon." I knew that was coming. Was coming. So once we catch up as far as shows, hey, listen. I've already saw this coming. I've already saw it coming. So yeah. Chris, like, oh man, here we go. All
right. I'm ready. You know, whenever, you know.
Chris, hey Chris, we ain't scared. We ain't never scared.
We ain't never scared.
No.
Man,
No.
listen. Let me tell you something. Well, Queen B, let me tell you something. I'll let you.
You think
Okay,
you
we
think
ain't
she
gonna
got it
be
out
scared.
personal for you?
Here you go. Let's go, Scott. And the wife say part 2. Hey, commitment and vulnerability in business. Hey, that's part 2. That's what the ladies did.
Oh well.
All right.
Yeah. So listen,
Businesswoman.
we talked about vulnerability. I'm pretty sure there's some more stuff that we can talk about with vulnerability, but I do want to get into commitment. Now, you guys have been in relationships or been married and things like that. So I guess I can ask the questions. How do you, I mean, were you to get into that commitment? Was it something that was, were you scared? Were you hesitant with making that commitment in the relation? Let's talk about in the relationship. Was it hard to just say, hey, I just want to be committed to just one woman? How was it for you guys when you committed to that
Who
one
wants to take
person?
this first?
Okay.
Who wants to take this one
co-
first? You gonna take it, Chris?
Yeah, I'll take it. Commitment. Commitment to one person, not a problem for me. Commitment to marriage, because I've been there, done that twice. I guess now I'm a little hesitant on you know, getting married again because of the things that happened, the causes of the breakup or the divorce. So I think now I'm more cautious about or I'm more careful about uh, getting to know particular things about my opposite. And that goes as far as like love languages, your financial stability, both parties, um, what your mindset is when it comes to where you see us in uh, 1 year, not even 5 years, 1 year. Um, and then what do you want to pursue uh, as our goal? What are our goals? You know, we need to set goals. You know, you have your individual goals, and I believe that you should have your relationship goals. Um, and this is the stuff that I learned from you, Mr. Jackson. I'm telling you, man, you made my 2020. So I've learned that, you know, even in a marriage, you still have to do the things that you've done in the beginning to woo her or to get that woman or for y'all to have that relationship. Um, so that you have to be committed to do that. You have to be committed to being able to be the same person all the time. And a lot of times in relationships, we change on both sides. You know, men change, women change,
Right.
and but you have to be committed to be able to accept that change and to grow together. So you have to have individual goals, and then you need to have your relationship goals, and then you need to have uh, the goals that you set for your counterpart. And I learned that from y'all. Um, so yeah, I think that I can be committed to a lot of different things, but you know where my mindset is just that, like set goals and go get them. You know.
Okay. What about you, Scott?
If you asked me this question 20 years ago, I absolutely was not afraid of commitment. Coming out of what I'm coming out of now, I definitely have my doubts. Trusting that the person you're committing to is the right person. Being 1,000% sure that you're committing to that one person for. So I'm a gun shy now. Say Doesn't give up on commitment. I think it's been a while decide to go through again. We'll never get married without it.
Is this sound going out for you too?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going out for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the signal's
You're
going
back
out a
now?
little bit on your end. Yeah, you're good now. Yeah, it was going out a little bit.
Okay. So I'm looking shy due to my history, but long term, and I don't know if commit towards marriage. I mean, people can be together happy without being married. So my commitment now I have to my 13-year-old little girl. That's the only commitment that I'm guaranteed to keep for life.
Gotcha. Yeah. For myself, I've always been the one woman, the one woman guy. You know what I'm saying? When I was in a relationship, I wanted to just stay with that person and not veer over to other women. Even though you're coming up in an era where guys like want to put notches on the bedpost saying that, yeah, I had her, and just being a part of the fold. Be like, back then it was like, yeah, I would like to have her, but it was never really the case, because once I became with somebody, I tried to do my best to stay with that person. Now, when I did get together with my wife, I can honestly say I was, after a while, I felt, I became afraid, because me and her came so close, and I had dealt with so many, other people. And the last relationship prior to her, the girl cheated on me. But getting with my wife, and then my girlfriend, but getting with her, I was afraid, because I really liked her, and I was just afraid that I want to watch every step that I make, because I didn't want to mess it up. You know what I'm saying? And then just to be committed to her, saying that, I was her boyfriend, she's my girlfriend. It was a scary thing, because when you start to put your heart on the table, you know what I'm saying? So I'm putting my heart here, just remember it's sitting here. Don't put a box on it and squish my heart, or don't put something on it to where you're going to hurt me, because the last thing I need, I feel like if I got hurt, you know what I'm saying, who knows mentally where I would have been. You know what I mean? So, but I'm so grateful every day that I stood my ground and I stayed, because even though we've had our bumps, in the road, she has added to my happiness, by far, added to my happiness, is like multiplied, and I'm extremely grateful for that, So yeah, I think we got some comments.
We got some questions.
Say, we got some questions. Say, that we're gonna go with. Let me see. There's a big one. Let me see. Oh, hello. Guess who this is? Queen B. We say relationships are work. Find that mate, spouse that will be willing to put in the work with you to build your empire. Be sure to have the stable foundation, or that kingdom that kingdom will definitely crumble. Right about that.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
100%.
And Mandy says, what are your thoughts on letting go of an unhealthy commitment? How did you learn to heal?
That's the one I saw.
I'm gonna let you guys have this one. I'm gonna let you guys have this one.
I'm in the process. I'm in the process of healing. I'm just coming out of that long-term commitment, and I don't know how, because I haven't healed yet. I'm not. I'm trying. I'm just trying to make every day the best I can, and I don't know. Ask me that question in 6 months. I don't know how I heal.
Well, I'm gonna ask you a question before you get to you, Chris. I'm gonna piggyback on that question with healing. How do you feel as a guy is right now? Do you have like a way or a method or thoughts on how you will heal? Because there are guys that are out there, and I'm not saying you, but there are guys out there who go into a relationship, who have a relationship, and then they get, they break up with that person. They're hurt, but their way of healing is by jumping from woman to woman to woman to woman to woman. And that's mentally, that's their way of healing, but it's not healthy. It's not healthy for you, and it's not healthy for those other women, because now you got women who probably put their feelings on the line, and you hurt those ladies. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you. I'm just saying there are men who do that. So I guess my question is, like, what do you think would be the best way in this situation for you to heal? Oh, we lost him again.
Okay.
We'll get him back.
Well,
so
no, don't even worry about it. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of it for you. It seems like I'm the only one done got hurt and got over it. I will move on like faster than Speedy Gonzalez in a race against the Roadrunner. So, in order to heal, you have to get past something. That what you was talking about, Mr. Jackson, is hurt people hurt people. If that makes sense. Now I know it does to a lot of y'all women. Hurt people hurt people. Until that person is able to accept the fact that what has happened to them, and acknowledge it and move past it, they won't heal. In order to heal, you have to acknowledge your pain. You have to be able to open up, talk about it, allow yourself to be vulnerable, and then release it. You have to, like me, I had to acknowledge the fact of everything that I did in a relationship, everything that I did not do in a relationship, everything that she did in a relationship, and everything that she did not do in a relationship. In order for me to heal, I look at all the good, I look at all the bad. I take all that. I am one that takes all my baggage into my next relationship. And I know y'all saying like, well, no, you can't bring no bad stuff in the next relationship. Oh, yes, I can. I'm telling you how I'm gonna do it. Everything that I will and will not accept, I'm gonna let that next person know off the rip. Listen, let me go ahead and break this stuff down to you of what I will and what I'm willing not willing to accept. That way, I'm not wasting your time. I'm not saying that I'm still hurt because and the only way for someone to mend their broken heart is sometimes another person. But you have to go in that other person. You have to go into that next one with the fact that, okay, listen, you have to go and let them know. Listen, I've been hurt. I'm willing to talk about it. If you're willing to help me go through it, to surpass it, to get over it, that's fine. If not, I just want somebody to talk to. Just talking will help you get over it and will allow you to heal. Now, something I do believe in, so there are some people that said that they don't agree with me, and there's some that do agree with me. Well, I'm going to say it like this for me. If you're going through something, let's say if it's another woman, if it's a woman, and I meet a woman and I find her attractive, I like her personality, I like the things that her conversation, I like her personality, I like her conversation, I like the way she communicates, I like the way she looks. I'm going to gravitate to her. If she tells me, listen, I'm not ready for a relationship right now, or a commitment right now, I'm trying to heal. The first thing I'm gonna say is, if I can't accept you at your worst, how can you expect me to accept you at your best? A lot of relationships work a lot better. They last a lot longer when a person sticks by your side through thick and thin. So if you're going through something and I'm helping you go through it, that relationship tends to last longer because now you know that I care about you more than just your physical. I care about your mental. I care about how you feel on the inside. I care that you are not in pain anymore. I care that uh, you're not feeling vulnerable anymore. I want you to be strong. I want to uplift you. I want you to be the shit. I mean, I know I can't. I know I ain't supposed to say it, but
No. Go ahead. You being real.
that's just it. I know Queen B gonna get me later, but that's just it.
She's gonna agree. I'm pretty sure she agree with you.
Yeah, I want you to be the best person that you can be. I'm gonna put, and now I don't, because I don't want a person that's going to, oh, well, I did this for this person, so I'm not doing that again. Or I did this for this person, so I'm not gonna be that way again. No, I want all the same junk that he got, because I'm gonna show you how somebody should have appreciated you for doing all that stuff. Yes, it's giving me a little bit of the tools, but at the same time, I'm using my tools. Like you gave him a ratchet, and now you're gonna give me a screwdriver and think I'm gonna no. Give me the same ratchet. Let me show you how to really torque this thing down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So give me the opportunity to make you. I will show you the happiness. Now, if that does sound like a movie, it's because it is. There are a whole lot of movies that have the same plot, and that is the plot. There's a hurt person. There's somebody who's not hurt. They come into their life. They talk about a situation. They build an empire, and next thing you know, happily ever after. I want to be somebody happily ever after.
Okay. I feel you. Boy. The comments went wild. Hey, say that again.
Did they?
Come on, Chris. Yes, I felt that. Speak, sir. Boy, hey, you was preaching. So we're gonna pass around the offering plate. He was preaching.
I remember that name. Hi, Katrina. I remember that name.
It's Karima.
Yeah.
Karima.
Well, I know I remember. Well, Karima. I seen Cook. I seen CK, and I'm like, KC, and I'm like, wait, I know that name.
Man, you spoke on that. Brittany's saying, I think as humans in general, we all have past. We all have traumas, and we are in constant need of healing. Accepting one for who they are and working on it together is a beautiful thing. And then Mandy said, I know everyone grows differently, but at what age do you believe a man could understand and honor commitment? Ooh.
Can't tell you that. That's individual maturity right there.
Right.
I can't even.
That's going to depend on that. That's going to depend on that individual.
That's individual. For me, it was early age. I was 20. Where I realized that, all right, look, I got to cut some of this stuff out, and I need to start focusing on myself and doing big things.
Yeah. And just for me, like when I walked down the aisle, we have our fun, afterwards we have our fun or whatever. But at that moment in time, this is real. This ain't play. This ain't, you playing with a group of guys and girls, and you act like, we're married and the kid and your friends are the kids and somebody the doctor and this and that. It ain't play no more. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no playing house. You know what I'm saying? And no playing about it. You know what I'm saying? You are now committed, and you know what I'm saying? You have to treat it as such a commitment. You have to stand firm. You know what I'm saying? You wanted this, and now we have to be real with it. You know, let me ask you a question, because you've been married before,
Mm-hmm.
and as a man, because I see this going around a whole lot. How long is too long to be engaged to a woman? How long? When should you, if you commit to that woman, and you know, let's say, Vince, you know that woman is, how my wife said, marriage material. You know what I'm saying? You guys are both saying, okay, yeah, we're going to get married. You know, you commit and say, we're going to do this. Welcome back, Scott. You say you're going to do this. How long is too long as a man for you to commit to that woman? Before you commit to, so if you say we're going to get married, okay? From that moment in time that you say you're going to get married and you propose, you said that this is going to be my wife. What is the longest you would say you'll stay engaged before, or how long being in a serious relationship you'll be in a serious relationship before you say, okay, this is the day that I have to marry this woman?
Mm-hmm.
I say you need at least a good couple. Yeah, I think you definitely need a good couple of years. I mean, are you saying how long should you be with that person before you ask them, before you actually marry them? Both between time that you're with them and between.
What I'm saying is, okay,
from the time you get down on that one knee.
But from the time you get on that one knee and say, will you marry me?
Yeah.
How long before you decide, how long before you say, okay, this is when we're going to plan our wedding? Because at that moment in time, when you do that, that woman's already planning, she's already planning the wedding. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
She's already planning a wedding. And in her mind, she already has a set amount of time before she says, okay, it's been too long. Now, mind you, that woman has already factored in, we're going to need money for this. We're going to need money for that. We're going to need to get ring. We're going to need to, you know, they're already doing what everybody should do, plan their marriage.
You're answering the
question.
question.
Or they plan the wedding. How long?
Right.
As a man, the woman already has an idea of how much time. It's in the comments already. But I'm going to the men.
See, I missed that. I missed the comment. I would say, if you as the man, once from the time that you take.
Then he froze again. So I hope it was a good.
Dang.
Ask that woman to be that point, and at that point, it should be, in my opinion, what?
Go ahead.
Did I miss it?
You froze.
Okay. No, I mean, I think once you make the commitment to ask, you should be ready to get married. And I think I kind of put it back on the woman and maybe the couple together to figure out how much time they need to plan it out. I mean, but 6 months to a year, maybe you should be getting married within. I think I know some people that have had 5+ year engagements, and I'm like, what's the point? I don't get it.
Right. So you feel as if it's more than 2 years, that do you feel okay if a guy commits to a woman and he says no, I'm going to get married, and it's more than 2 years, what do you think is the issue with the guy? Because it's not the woman. What do you think is the issue?
He's not ready. He's not ready to commit. He's still feeling it out. Whether he's got nerves, he's not sure that this is the woman that he really wants to settle down with, or he's still sowing wild oats. I mean, that single life. Yet. He still had that single life mentality. He still had that single life mentality.
Right. What do you think, Chris?
He's not ready to be married.
Yeah.
All right. So a man. Okay. So. Man. A man usually knows if he is going to make a woman his wife within the first 6 months of them being together. Women are the ones that usually take the longest in making that that step to say, hey, this is the right time for you to ask me. But a man knows that shit within 6 months, because we don't have to know that much about you to know that we want to be with you. But if you do have that one man that, if you just so happen to be in one of them, is a couple of things, a couple of reasons that I've noticed why he won't marry you. One, he's afraid to tell somebody, whether it be his parents or his other girlfriends or somebody. Part number two, he ain't got enough money to afford this daggone big wedding that you want, which is gonna be somewhere at a minimum of about $25,000-$30,000. So he's trying to get that money built up. So he might just say, hey, look, let's go on to the courthouse and then we can go, I'll take you over here for a little, $500, $600. We go over to Vegas and, or three, he just not your mate. I ain't waiting no damn 2 years to make you my wife. If I get down on my daggum knee, because this motherfucker old, I get down there. You got 1 year. You better start planning from the time I get that, from the time I bent my knee. You got 1 year to plan all the crap you want to do. You better pick your date. You better pick the time. You better pick the place. You better pick your flowers. You better say yes to the dress. You better find a house. You better do all. You got 1 year from the time I cracked the bed on my knee to get down that floor. You got 1 year. If so happen you think I'm finna wait over a year for you to say I do, I don't.
I hear you.
Yeah, you got to figure your life out. And by the time you ask me if you say that, if I get down, if I crack my daggone knee, let me tell you, this thing's old. It's been through a lot. If I crack my daggone knee and get on this floor and I got this rock and I put this rock on your finger, I've already acknowledged the fact that, but this probably because I'm a Capricorn, I'm big on money. I've already acknowledged the fact that I need to build this bank account up to where I'm gonna spend on this wedding and what I'm gonna spend on this honeymoon. Now, does she want a destination wedding? Because y'all already talked about this stuff. You talked about how you want to have your wedding, if you want a destination wedding or not. I've already started saving this stuff, this money up in my brain. I've already started putting this stuff in the bank anyway. So you got 1 year. From the time I crack my knee, you better believe I'm gonna have it on the countdown. Make that move.
So your friend has a comment for you.
Oh man, Queen Bee, golly, man, what I did.
She says, so what you're saying is that she has a year to plan her own wedding. That's what you're saying.
No. I gave you the thing that you needed. I gave you everything. You dug
yourself a grave, King.
Oh no, let me tell you, because see, let me tell you something about a woman and her wedding. It ain't your wedding. She gonna tell you it's our wedding, it's your wedding too. No, buddy, it's her wedding. You mess around and pick the wrong photographer if you want to. You mess around and pick the wrong videographer if you want to. You mess around and pick the wrong cake that she don't want if you want to. You don't get to say in the dress. Or the bride, you better have your groomsmen there on time. They better be already fitted for whatever kind of tux that she want the colors. She might allow you to pick the colors. She might allow you to pick the colors of. Nah, she ain't gonna do that either. You got a lot of stuff to pick out. So now it's not by herself because see, she gonna pick the shit and I gotta make the shit happen. So it's like a wedding planner and then me. It's like you got the wife, she gonna pick what she wanna do. The wedding planner's gonna say, all right, here's all this stuff. The wife is gonna say, yeah, I like that. That's cute. That's what I want. And then the husband has to go to the wedding planner and say, make this shit happen. Here go the check. So now she ain't planning her own wedding. Hell, we plan it together. I gotta go with her to say, I gotta agree with her. I have to learn her. So you might have an indecisive woman. And the indecisive woman said, well, I like these flowers, but I like these flowers. Which flowers do you want? Which flowers do you think is the prettiest flower. So now I have to be learning. I have to be educated enough to look at you and say, and look at which flower you like the most, and then I have to say, nah, baby, that one, that's it right there. Like that's the one. That's the one.
So
You have to mind.
You have to be in tune with her to know the right things to say when it comes to the.
Exactly, because if you don't, you're gonna get tears, you're gonna get screamed at, you're gonna get fussed at. When the wedding is over with, you're gonna come crying. You better be right there to wipe them tears away and tell her, hey, look, everything gonna be all right because I'm finna fix it. You are the fix it. Man, you better be the best damn mechanic in the entire world when it comes to a wedding.
So in other words, what you're saying is men are the same ones, and then women become.
No.
I'm just asking. It's a question. It's a question. It's just a question. Are you saying that? Are you saying that there are some?
You don't even know how to get in trouble.
I'm just asking a question. You know what I'm saying? Are you saying that there's some women out there when you get ready to plan a wedding, there's a possibility they have a little bridezilla in them?
Oh, there's a lot of them like that.
No. Oh,
no, it's all good, Chris. I'm gonna take the heat off you. I'm gonna take the heat off you. There's a lot of them. I'm not saying they all like that, but some of them, they are absolutely certified crazy. Again, I'm not saying all of them. Some of them, yeah, watch out. I agree. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm gonna hold on. This is what I'm gonna say. Now, during the time when we were getting ready to plan, it was stressful. It was stressful. And it was stressful, but it was to a point of, trying to find different things. It's like you were pleasing other people in a sense. Then it got to a point where the pastor and the pastor wife say, listen, he made it easy for us. We had it at his church, at that church. It became easy. Now, throughout that time, it was just, hey, did you, let's, get this and get that. A lot of the stuff that you're mentioning, I didn't see. I didn't see that because she was cool. But I'm gonna say this: there was a bracket of maybe 5 minutes where I witnessed a moment where I was scared because I couldn't find my tie. And this is one of the instances where I saw, you know how somebody get that twitch, like something's about to happen. I didn't see her because I was over the phone, but I felt the twitch. And I heard the voice. And as sweet as her voice is, it got deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Where is the tie? I put the effing tie here. You should know where the tie. Hold on. Wait a minute, ma'am. I'm nervous too. I'll find the tie. It was just a tie. That's all it was.
It was not just a tie. It was timing.
I know. It was getting close to trust me. So let it be known to everybody. I found the tie.
Oh, we know you found it because you're still here.
I'm here. I found the tie, y'all. I found the tie. But I understand. I understand where but my wife was not that. Maybe for 5 minutes because of the tie, but no. Not the entire time. So it's not everyone. It might be so. I didn't experience that.
Let me give y'all a couple of hints, right? One, don't use the B word. We don't have any kind of B words in our vocabulary at all. When it comes to something that you have lost or you have misplaced, don't tell them. Matter of fact, if you think anything is gonna go wrong, don't tell them. Don't tell them shit. Keep their ass in secret, and then and then go find either that wedding planner, your best man, or her mama. The best man. Listen to what I said. The best man, her mama, or your mama, or your daddy, or her daddy. That's it. You don't tell that bridesmaid shit. You don't tell anybody on the bridal party other than your best man, because he gonna hold shit till he die. Don't tell nobody else, because if you tell anybody else, they're gonna tell the other person. They're gonna get back to the wife, and she's gonna be looking at you like, I know what the hell happened. So why are you trying to hold secrets from me? Why are you on the altar in front of this pastor? And the pastor gonna be looking like, sir, I don't know what's going on, but what did you do? I hope you fixed it real quick, because it don't look pretty good for you up here. Honeymoon, you gotta think of honeymoon phase. So don't tell her shit. Fix it the best way you can. I don't care if you gotta switch everybody damn tie in the damn in the groomsman party. You better, hey, excuse me, best man, give me your damn tie. You pick one of them other damn ties. Hey, you ain't gonna go with us. Go find a tie or somebody that's got a tie look like yours. We can knock off the end piece, end in person. Cause she ain't gonna care how many bridesmaids she got walking down the damn aisle. She'll know. So if one of them missing, she ain't gonna damn know. They doing it for her. So if one person is missing off each side, it won't even matter. I don't know why I'm telling y'all how to fix a damn wedding. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be more stressful on you if you allow her to see any kind of flaw. Everything is not perfect, but you need to make sure that she believes in her brain that everything is flowing perfect, and always have a backup plan to the backup plan. That's my take on that.
Right. Good advice. Good advice.
But no B words, no bridezilla, no.
Say none of that.
None of that. Don't say that shit. You didn't even have a bachelor. You didn't even have fun at the bachelor party.
I didn't have one of those, so yeah,
I'm just
didn't have one of those, so yeah. Man, this has been fun, and I know there's so much that we can go, that we can.
I see 35 comments. Oh my Lord, I know that Queen Bee done got me. God.
Well, I'm gonna read off a few more comments, and then we're gonna work on. Man, if y'all have any more questions, put them up there. I know we could go on forever, but I do want to save some of this for our next.
Yeah, we got to keep them on and more.
Yeah. And then we also have another king that's going to be with us, so that's even more stuff. So I know it's going to be a part 2 to this. The ladies have already spoken into existence. So Brittany said, my last marriage, the best man had the wrong colors. I was throwing a fit. Yeah.
There you go.
Believe that.
It happens. You got to think though. With all respect to the women, I know how much time they put into making sure that everything looks perfect. Okay, and women in general do care more about that than we do. So you know what? If she gets that upset that everything's not perfect, just keep in mind she's doing that for you. She cares because she wants you. She wants to be that perfect bride for you. So with that, you gotta have a little respect for that. So
that whole tie thing, it's funny that you said that. Do you know at my wedding, I had 2 sets of every damn thing. I had 4 pair of socks. I had 4 t-shirts. I had 4 pair of underwear. I had 2 tuxedos. And do you know she didn't know? My best man, I had 4 sets of ties for all of them.
Wow.
Socks.
Wow, man, you're well planned.
There wouldn't be no way that I was gonna show up with not anything. My best man messed around and played a joke like he lost the damn ring. And I said, buddy, you better be damn lucky. I went and I had
Did you have a backup ring?
Rings. You had a backup ring. Boy, you
listen, I've seen too many movies. Wasn't gonna happen.
Wow.
Wasn't gonna happen.
My wife was saying that we had a very small wedding party, so planning a wedding isn't for the weak. And then she goes on to say, yeah, that's why I have never renewed my vows. Yeah. Yeah. And this is why if I ever get married again, just take me to the courthouse.
Oh wow.
Wow.
When it all boils down, I mean, the wedding is nice, and the party, the reception, and sharing that with all your friends is nice. But I mean, the be all end all is when people choose to get married, it should be just about those two people, and that's all that should matter. As long as you two want to be there together in that courthouse, what's wrong with that? Nothing at all, in my opinion.
Exactly. So I'm going to take a quick break, guys. I thank you guys for coming through. I'm going to take a quick break and we'll come back and we'll close out the show. I'm pretty sure if they have another question, we can go for it. But go ahead and take a quick break, and we're going to close out the show after that. So if you guys have any final thoughts when we come back, you express your final thoughts, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I'll be right back.
Hey, hands looking a little plain there. That's okay though. I got you. Just head over to Nail Beauty by Brittany. Wait. Don't tell me you don't know who she is. That's okay, that's fine. It's a good thing that ... here. I'm here to tell you. Nail Beauty by Brittany is an upcoming establishment that makes everyone's hands look pretty to boost your confidence throughout your daily basis. You get all these custom nails at a very affordable price. With proper care, these nails can last up to 3 weeks. If you head over to Brittany's social media, you'll see all of the custom nails that she has made thus far at a very affordable price. This company was made by this beautiful young woman here, Miss Brittany. Now y'all go over ahead and get your nails pretty, y'all. I'm showing enough in. Hey there, in the mood for some style? We'll make your way over to QueenBeeHustle.com. Miss Hustle don't play no games now. She gave y'all options, keychains to multi-purpose trays to t-shirts. Select products can even be customized, all of which are made by this beautiful lady here, Miss Queen Bee. Head on over to QueenBeeHustle.com where hustle and creativity uniquely meet.
Welcome back. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and close out the show. I thank you guys for coming through. The ladies are definitely gonna be looking for another episode for us to do it, and I'm pretty sure you guys are willing to bid. But I'll let you know when. We'll let you guys know when we'll do another episode of the King's Court. We're giving the queens a little break because the queens have been on it. They've been doing their thing. But yeah, man, once again, I want to thank you guys for coming through, man. And I appreciate the input. I'm pretty sure the ladies appreciate everything that you guys had to say and share and things like that. We're going to save some of this energy for next time because we're going to have another king on the panel. And we're definitely going to do the damn thing next time, guys. I appreciate you once again.
Very well.
I just want to say that I'm very appreciative too of have been invited to be on the court with both of you gentlemen, and I look forward to having Chris here with us too. Nick, I'm sorry, having Cliff here with us next time also. That'll be great. And I do want to apologize to the court and to the ladies. My apologies on my phone issues. I will try to make sure that does not happen for our next show.
No problem. We all have some tech issues, so it's understandable. And the ladies just still appreciate you being here for the time and then coming back. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate everything, man. Mr. Jackson, I don't know, man. I learn something new all the time. Like I always got goals every time I see you. Like right now, my goal is that I don't know how you got this big ass living room back there with this piano there. I'm like,
it's teamwork. Me and the wife took teamwork. You know what I'm saying? Setting up everything. It was all teamwork. So hey, I got a good team. You feel me?
That's them relationship goals I'm looking for. I'm trying to tell you.
Hey,
that's it,
like
Chris.
$1 million living
That's
room
it.
right there.
That's why, happy wife, happy life, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
So make sure you guys check out our Facebook page, The Power Daddy. Please make sure you check out that Facebook page too. Please click on and subscribe to the Power Daddy. If you guys have any questions or any concerns that you want to share with us, I think Queen Bee put it in the comments. Please check out. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Divine DNA. Also, subscribe to the Breakthrough Show as well. If you guys have any questions, you guys can email us at support@divinedna.life. If you have any questions, concerns, or even any ideas or topics that you would like for myself and the wife to speak on, the Queen's Roundtable, or even the King's Court, if you want us to talk about anything. So please do so. Well, but I'm going to go ahead and end this show, guys. Thank you once again for coming through. I appreciate you guys. And we'll see everybody that's in the comments. Thank you so much for coming through, Brittany, Mandy, Queen B, as always, and everybody else. If I didn't mention your names, Karima, aka Silky, thank you guys for coming through. We definitely appreciate you all, and we'll see you guys next time.
Man. I just appreciate the invite.
It's all good, and no problem. Hey, you part of the King's Court. Well, thank you again, guys, and I.
Uh-oh. Froze again.
Yeah, all right. I thought it was me, but yeah, get that snapshot, Chris. Oh, let me capture it.